Welcome to World Car TV. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patnankar coming to you from New Delhi in India. Over the past several months, we've seen a lot of excitement from Audi with its EV range under the e-tron brand umbrella. Now, the GT in particular has got our attention and is certainly a contender for the 2022 World Car Awards. But to really put the GT credentials to the true test, Carlos Sandoval, our juror in Mexico, decided to take on a bit of a road trip. And I'm not talking 100 kilometers, 200, 500 kilometers, 7,000 kilometer round trip on the GT, and it is the RS version.
Electrification for mobility, it's full on its way. Today with us, a candidate for World Performance Car and World Electric Vehicle of the Year 2022. And if you pay attention, the license plate came from Puebla. That's because we drove all the way from Mexico City to here, the Red Rock Valley outside Las Vegas, Nevada, for the Electronic Consumer Show 2022, purely on electricity. This is the Audi e-tron GT RS. The Audi RS e-tron GT is the brand's first attempt to bring excitement to their electric range. The car itself delivers, but this test drive is not only about the electric machine itself. It's an attempt to prove that long electric road trips are possible with just a few adjustments in the user perspective and expectations, even in countries with little charging infrastructure like Mexico. So this is the brand new Audi RS e-tron GT. This is the top of the lineup for the e-tron family inside Audi, and it is a pure GT car. I mean, the base is basically the same as we saw in the Porsche Taycan Turbo, but with a different design perspective, a totally redesigned interior, and a different feeling also. It is a totally different car, but when you took it to the limit is where you can understand how Audi made their own based on the same platform. For this version, Audi has chosen a two-motor scheme, one motor in the front axle and one in the rear, totaling 646 horsepower with the famous Audi Quattro all-wheel drive system. Of course, we find nice materials, stitching, leather, good plastics. This steering wheel with the RS sign on it because it's the top of the level, of course, and we have paddle shifters that in an electric vehicle, why do they have paddle shifters? Well, basically these ones, instead of changing the gear, that yes, this is an electric vehicle with a 2-speed electric gearbox, but instead of moving those, that by the way are operated automatically, these two levers control the regeneration system, that instead of putting electricity to the motors to move the car, they use the motors as generators to return some energy to the batteries. And with these two, you regulate how much energy you want to come back to the battery and being more efficient or being more fast. I love the seating position, the viewing angles, the crystal surfaces, but by the way, this is the one with the crystal sunroof or moonroof or whatever the name you use, and you don't feel like tight in it. You feel comfortable, nice seats, nice driving position. Everything in this car feels like a regular Audi. Actually, you don't feel like you're driving an electric vehicle. It's about the same, except for maybe this gear lever that it doesn't control any gears, but it's the one that controls if you go to the front or in reverse or in parking. It's the one that substitutes the gear lever, and basically that's it. Everything else is about the same as any other Audi. Of course, it includes a digital cluster in the front and the option to equip a head-up display. Apart from that, you will have a mid-size center screen with all the information that is good and fast and complete, but not as fast as we should expect in a vehicle of this price. And to be even more different from the rest of the Audi Gamma, you won't find the third screen that usually connects and controls all the climate system. Instead, it has more of an old school system with a tiny monochromatic screen that controls the most used features on the air conditioner. But at the end, this is an Audi RS. That means that power is everything to it. It has more power, more performance, more features, and of course you can select the drive mode with this drive select that can change between comfort, dynamic, individual, when you can adjust every single factor to your own taste, and one that is focused on efficiency, and by the way, that we'll be using a lot during this journey. But let's focus now on the most fun part, the dynamic version. So the car gets closer to the ground and suddenly you have all the power available. And why not, let's start doing launch control. Whoa! Wow, the way this thing brakes and takes corners, it's super quick, it's sharp precision. Wow, the way it accelerates. Whoa, brake, brake, brake. Big brakes. I mean, it's amazing. And one thing that helps a lot is the weight of the batteries. That, by the way, it's so close to the ground, so the center of gravity is super low. That helps the car to be even more dynamic and agile. I love the way this car behaves on the curves. Wow, fast! That's so much fun. Okay, let's find some curves. Brake, brake, brake. Wow. This thing delivers. The way it accelerates, the way it brakes, the way you can handle corners. Like, look at these. So tight, so fast, so efficient, so precise. It's amazing. I mean, the car is super heavy. More than 2.5 tons of electric GT that can brake like if it was a compact sedan, and it can accelerate as a crazy rocket. Look at that! Woo! So much fun. So much fun. So yes, this is a pure RS. I mean, it's an Audi, quality, design, a car you can trust with. And of course it's an RS, it's dynamic, it sticks to the ground, it has a great driving dynamics. I love it. But the point of this trip is not to confirm all those information that we already know from the first drive we had at the LA Angels Crest. It's to know if an electric GT like this can handle more than 7,000 kilometers between Mexico City and Las Vegas. And so far, the dynamic has to be very different, but the car can't do it. Oh my God, this is a pure electric GT. So, in order to achieve those 7,000 kilometers, you have to change the driving mode, take it off dynamic and make it to efficient. Then you have to turn everything off, even the AC, or put it in eco mode. Then your numbers will increase, you will have a better range, and you will have the chance to really know how far can you go with a single charge. On average, after the first 5 days of this journey, we've been achieving around 440 kilometers per full charge. But in order not to be too risky, we are charging the car every single time we find a DC charging station with more than 50 kilowatt hour charges. That means that from Mexico City to Las Vegas, we had to charge it at least 20 times to get the job done. 20 times! And that changes your perspective on how road trips work. Because usually we were very used to do those kind of trips, just putting fuel every maybe 600 or 700 kilometers, maybe once, twice, or 3 times a day, and that's it. You reach a destination, you get a good sleep, and then keep going. But now you have to stop and charge the car every 2 or 3 hours, and that changes the whole perspective. You drive more slowly, you enjoy the views, and at the end, you get to know the places in a different, very different perspective. I am kind of liking this kind of trips. And sir, what a car! Whew, I love the way it feels. It's dynamic, it's well done, it's efficient, it's It's a very nice car. A few thousand kilometers later, now from La Huasteca National Park in the north of Mexico, the Audi e-tron GT has proven us about quality, performance, design, and especially technology. But will that be enough for it to become the first ever World Electric Vehicle of the Year and or the 2022 World Performance Car? For that, we'll have to wait and see. I am Carlos Sandoval, and I hope to see you soon.
What an epic road trip, right? And kind of cool to take a cutting-edge technology car like the RS e-tron GT to the CES in Vegas. I hope you enjoyed that. You can tell us how you liked that and everything else that we do here on our social media channels. Follow along with the journey to the 2022 World Car, because remember, we're coming to that finish line very soon. So there's going to be lots of excitement here on World Car TV as we bring you all the big announcements that are coming up. And you can follow that also, of course, on our social media channels, like I said. Please do subscribe right here to our YouTube channel and definitely join us for more action on World Car TV. Please stay safe.